Sorry, a little toasty to start off this game. KC and Koi, they've played a lot throughout many iterations of franchise in other leagues, in other tournaments, and never have Koi managed to beat them, and never has it mattered more at 0-2. Pistol round already underway, and it will be KC on the attack side here on their opponent's choice. They chose to start on the aggression, and it looks like Koi are going to match them. An early fight that goes their way and keeps on going. A 4v2 with Zagetsu low.
Early brawl off the bat. Kind of the expectation with the comp change, having that double initiator, enabling them to take space that little bit more. And, a bit of an awkward spot for the spike to be dropped. Not the most helpful for the attack. Zagetsu low. Marteen will have to be the focal point.
I think you pointed out there, Tom, that's exactly what we're going to expect to see out of Koi.
YouTube, zdravíme. Sakra. Odehrali se pistolky.
How much can they fight KC now?
Come on, zdravíme na YouTube. Všichni vás tady zdravíme u českého derby. Jsem byl tak zajistý do toho zápasu, že normálně jsem nepozdravil. Zdravíme na YouTube. Marteen versus MONSTEERR.
You got to look at the fact that Flya, he didn't die in that first round. He gave his weapon over. It is only a pistol removed, but there was a reason for that. He didn't want to be in those early fights. He wants that breach util to try to pad the gap, but now when it comes to trading,
M8 Messi, co se děje? MONSTEERR.
That come out on top. MONSTEERR, the man you highlighted, Val. Well, he has certainly done his fair share. Sadic's left alone in a 1v3.
Yeah, Filu's already here as well. He was waiting for that rotation to come back in. Zanak has been spotted, and I like this from Movistar Koi, not looking to overextend. He may even try and just take this back to the A site where at least he'll have some freedom to plant.
I think the reason the round has gone the way that it has done is just been moving. We see that even though Aves gets a lot of space in towards B main, that rotation, they've got that tower set up on C site and a tank rotating through waterfall really, really quickly after they see the fake pressure from Sadak.
Sadak blinded up. He wanted to get ahead of this play, maybe pick them off. It's to float back in, and it's even just an attack bleeding. Stun already burned up, and KC, they'll turn tide. They're not going to go towards this A site. Even moving back to B, though, they haven't dragged full rotates, and they're being spotted. That gives Filu a...
Můžou ještě se zachránit mates, ale musí tam spoustu věcí se stát. A oni musí vyhrát oba dva zápasy.
Elite has gone one better, and Flyer on the back of the site has to be incredibly careful. Has some support though. The bodyguard of Natank has managed to hold the line. It's been all about
to je za counter stratu chat.
Ult's going to be used.
To jak je vycounterovali ty Koi.
Leaves to get to isolated. Sadak at least managing the trade. Can Marteen get anything from this? Will he be bailing right back out of here? No, he's playing deep. He's looking for the control, at least faking it out. Decoy sent through, they've heard him come out of ult, but they haven't heard him TP away. Now there's going to be an eye watching the back. MONSTEERR split from the fight, and it looks like they, I thought concede the space, but he's going to go back and re-clear it. This is valuable map control to have when push comes to shove.
I like Natank actually taking the time, just to make sure that, okay, he didn't stick around, he's actually left, and then they've got aggressive control as well. Deep over on that A side of the map. So actually a decent amount of information here for Movistar Koi. And they're already wrapping back.
Když jsme včera hráli ten tragický Icebox, vole.
Putting the numbers back in their favor. Showstopper dodged. Filu fell right back in the stun. Even managed to slow Aves down. Still though, Koi have got the numbers. Now they've got the flank coming through, and a late flank as well from Elite. That could be pivotal. With Aves already down, they're going to struggle to keep these players at bay. The flood is already underway, and it's Filu doubling up. His third of the round as the flank finally comes through. But it could be too little too late. He knows with the smoke down, that's going to be stuck. Has to pick up the pace through, and they triple swing. Another moment.
A very different team. Come on, he's just sending it. He has a lot of supportive utility, and the darts helped him out. But even still, Elite managed to stay.
Tak ten Swig, co má nejhorší hru na světě, vole. 0-6 a umřel Shock Dart. Jo, to není toxic jako toxic, no, Haggis, máš pravdu.
That's an advantage, slipped away, and ult committed for it as well. And now Movistar Koi are on the back foot. They continue to snowball into this play. KC, they were on the back foot, especially with the Shock Dart trade, but now it's BattyG in a 1v3.
Cover going out. There's always hope.
videí je kriminál. Videí je kriminál, že je tier 1 až teď, by the way. Co jsem teďka řekl, vole?
Oh no, but I do know this feeling starting on rough on Lotus. A couple of people dominating.
Yeah, did you started on the no wait, you started defense.
We started defense, unfortunately, and so far it looks like MONSTEERR are giving an absolute masterclass on this defense side.
Yeah, this has been hard to break through. It's Marteen.
He was aiming at Batty G, yeah.
MONSTEER
Slovákou, tak jedinej, konečný kourazit, ale jako je OG Slovák, který to mohl makenout podle mě Dextos, tak nevím, co vlastně dělá teďko, ale pozor. Všaka neberu jak Slováka, ale... opět šerif v one-tapu. Nebo jako napůl Slovák, no. Agresivní teleport, agresivní jako. Sakra. Kde bez Čech? Mini.
That's the problem. They don't actually have a way to cross. They're going to need to fight back into these players, and it seems like the pause from MONSTEERR could actually work out. Just patient play, 20 seconds now, and they are losing every single fight. It was looking so good for them, but now the remaining two. 15 seconds to try and run in, and VCT is just an unstoppable force. CELY, last man standing, and well, at this stage there is no hope. It was looking like they had
like to do, just to make sure they've got a plan for the last 3 rounds to keep themselves this far ahead.
Early stuns again. Avez has managed to get past it, and the reveal was solid, but even still the trades are good.
Reveal was solid. Ale ten známe, to je reveal, jak nějaký novej.
Now you kind of expect KC to slow down.
Nahoru doprava na ten rožek ho hodil.
You still have a couple of prowlers to play with. There's plenty to be able to clear. Wow. His spot's no longer that valuable.
And no element of surprise. Spams in the cage, not working out either, and they're going to push into that space. They think they've sensed the weakness, and the jump peek across opens the door for Sadek.
Signature Marteen skok.
Something that, as the stat just said, they won none
Karmín
of their
Korp
7
skok.
up against Team Liquid last week, and this time it's an op that they'll be throwing into it. They've got the credits to throw away. But in the 2v4, Nightfall online for KC, no space on this side. Monster's already called for that rotate.
Nepadá clean BDG, když se podíváš, kámo.
As we said, they've got credits. Batty can try to make this costly.
Pri aimy na Angli jakoby jsou...
The thing that I'm looking at now is can Marteen get one more pick and get himself
jsou přesný, vidíš to?
3 key ults going into this
ten double jakoby přesně na něm, je, vole.
Given the chance to cook something up, possibly in that timeout that Eng was given as well, it could be a very nice little finish to the round and a little bit of momentum back in KC's favor.
Feedback je insane, actually.
Has the credits, so just trying to make things as costly as possible to support. Have that little bit of
Suj. Zátah tam dal jeden smoke na doči revealu, no. Můžeš se v tom schovat a píkovat jednu stranu a druhý nejsiš vidět, že jo? Come on. Už na raté tam asi líbnuli KC, to není, že byl líbnuli KC, kamo.
This is now becoming difficult. The tank going alone, it doesn't make things any easier for the remaining players. They still have a lot of ground to try and pick back up. MONSTEERR would have to win this fight and clean it. You know what he does? I think there's Elite swapping between
Elite byl proč na kamerce? On šel do kamerky, ten Elite.
In the end though, it's all left on to MONSTEERR alone. And it seems like he's maybe going to try and bait the save of the gun. He still has credits to spare, but ultimately it is going to be that 3rd round for KC.
The smoke down is delaying them, and they're using that delay to push up on a wonderful bit of aggression from MONSTEERR Koi, and as you said, they've spotted the spike. More importantly, they know that at least the initial plan was to go towards the other side of the map.
It's a bit of an unusual drone spot. He knows they're in the spawn. Now they're going to re-aggress. I love this. MONSTEERR Koi have been continuously re-aggressing around the map, taking space away from their opponents and having the drop on them the majority of the time.
Oni musí dělat tu ty aggressions, protože nemají sentinel.
Unless Sugetsu decides to wrap back around, they could be in some real trouble here.
They'll be kicking themselves. Elite has a trip, but he didn't put it down. That's cost Avez's life. One player, and that's enough for Koi. They're happy with what they've gotten out of this situation. The late play, look where Sugetsu is, other side of the map. They're split up. Filu on low HP. The fight on C. Oh! Filu taken down. The wallbang was enough with his 17 health left.
MONSTEERR nebudou čekat ani za hovno, ne?
They're certainly conscious that they don't have main control, but Sugetsu wasn't. He goes walking in, and it's MONSTEERR to drop him. A 3v2. The retakes from Koi. We saw
it. Má tady pozičku z prdele. A timing a stepl, on měl timing a stepl. A Bereji to dojebal strašně. Marteenovi to nevadí, prej. Joko Vojt.
Better chances that KC have had. Taky just sticking it. He's just trying to stick it all the way. His teammate defending and they'll do it again. All these rounds are seems to be opportunities for KC. MONSTEERR Koi. That's it. That was it. Don't worry.
Marteen nejsme se šerifem.
To
se stane.
It's not quite the fastest pistol of all time. Damn, the tank surviving too long. We'll see if he can do any extra damage, maybe earn a few extra orbs, but we've already seen the last time this map was played. It was an 8-4 defensive half versus Apex.
They make this climb back. Bonus round for KC strong. They bought up a Vandal as well, but it's the Outlaw to open things up.
To je Aramka, co se děje, Aramka.
Back and Avez is now taking them into the lead. Fly attacked and taken down. It's KC stringing the rounds together. A 3-round gap facing an eco here as well. The Outlaw as dangerous as ever. Great nade too from Avez. That's doing a lot of damage, as is the spam.
That's a lot of damage.
They're ready for that deeper control. Here we go. It is a into round 17. Double digits still evading MONSTEERR Koi, but now they've got a full buy. BaddyG good for 2. That aggression. It looked like they put the pieces together, but they didn't clear the close corner. Marteen, he's made it out, but Sadic's not quite able to follow him. The gate crash.
A sacrifice was made.
That's twice he's done that.
Yeah.
Jestli říkal, že to je finito, co dělá prdel?
Outside that broken door, he's leaving his teammates. But can he recover the round in the end? That op can still be a thorn in their side. If Elite gets this control, then it becomes very difficult for the players on site. But MONSTEERR stops him in his tracks, and the conversation may switch now to a save for Marteen. It's a big
nožičku mu dal.
possession. The shot hit, he's sticking around, but
Sayonara. Sojovej, sayonara. Sayonara.
Good response, but I also feel like that was maybe just a bit of an overextension.
Mám ho na trackeru, že jo, kraviny barvě.
I think giving that initial double.
Ten cross sám na trackeru, když si dáš do bílý, tak ho máš. Dva mapa, no. Jak to myslíš, Marton, mám se podívat na nějaký video?
What we saw in some of the early rounds, he's just sent it again.
MONSTEERR!
They are just trying to fight them tooth and nail, and well, when the full force of the squad are on the other side, that one became a little bit easier for Koi.
Prostě gun out a jezdíš.
Stepping up and really making his impact count.
Who highlighted him earlier on?
Someone doesn't know what they're talking about.
Oh, okay, good. So it wasn't me.
It was a lucky guess.
Já se podívám, Marton.
I'll chalk it down to that. Now he has very much come into his own.
Jsi to uměnil náhleďák, ale ne?
For MONSTEERR Koi, who were struck
per screen.
Comeback or not?
And the neon walls thrown in on that A side that has held 4 players from KC on that side of the map, and now they look to pressure into Elite setup. The problem, though, is the quick rotation of Marteen and the rest of the team now flooding back through the B site. It's not going to be as empty as maybe they thought to hit this site.
Fury put through, clearing those corners, catching a tag as well. Filu, he's going to be caught up, and the tank manages to trade it out. MONSTEERR taking advantage of the space. He almost caught one off.
Co se děje? Proč tam kouká ten Elite?
Still managing to keep it even, Steven, for now, but they're pushed out. The name stops re-aggression, and the kill from Avez goes untraded. KC, 3 versus 2. Marteen with the dimensional drift if they need that info later.
Into the C side, and by that point, especially...
Huh. He's got the info.
That was a very bold call.
Info acquired.
Tak.
Tak
kamaráde, Sadák totálně požralej.
Instantly, Sugetsu and Marteen, they realize they're in a man disadvantage. They put a smoke in, and they just start walking themselves forward. They're ready to fight as three, and if they hear nothing like this, right, they contact straight through, they can make the read, and now we start to see those rotations coming in.
I think maybe Sadak has picked up one of Scream's old notepads. And that's where that lineup came from.
Lineups?
Even still. Hey, there was that one that distracted Red Gun, never forget. Seaside completely open. They've gambled on B. It will give them a quick enough rotation, and especially with Marteen's ult, it allows for a retake, but just look at the post-plant utility, or more so the ultimates. You can already throw in a Viper's Pit if you desire.
MONSTEERR vyultí něco teďko ještě a je finito. A nebude ani ultit. Když tady vypo vyprská.
I'm going to get a little bit of information, but the door spinning might just give the game away. Operator waiting on the other side, but the flash is sublime, and the follow-up utility makes it incredibly awkward for those Koi players to fight. And I like the immediate fallback from KC.
Flash and a Prowler. He had no chance. Now the options for Koi seem limited, and it looks like a split into B is where they're going to take this. Space taken by MONSTEERR. He's moved towards the door already, and KC conceding the space entirely. And it's no surprise. Take a look at the ults in play. They lose the B site. As long as they don't lose a player with it, they'll be in a 5v2, as I was going to say. Retake, and of course they have the Nightfall if needed. So even with that pick, I mean, the advantages have just compounded for this defensive side. They've got full control.
MONSTEERR ještě možná má názor, ale čet. Ona ještě má názor.
They're expecting to push through, and even with the stun, it couldn't quite catch everybody. Flyer.
30 seconds left.
Well, it'd be one of the greatest clutches we've ever seen.
To Flyu je jeden z těch lidí, který to určitě nemůže klesnout.
An early rolling thunder put through by Flya. This pressure towards the B site, but no players behind it. You know what that means? Fake pressure. And KC are just about to find that out.
Které dělo, takže to bude dělo. To říkal, že jsem nikdy nepřišel na chuť nobody můj, že nikdy.
Also, it makes things more awkward in terms of that Viper's Pit. They want to try and get into the post plant over on the attack side. The jump down though from Sadak's core, but Elite is there. The trade's looking incredibly good for Movistar Koi with Sugetsu still deep within enemy line.
MONSTEERR ult.
Realizing he needs to try and move on this.
Marteen 1v2 proti MONSTEERR.
Wrapping around the edge. Isn't going to be revealed by the dart. There's not too much place. CKB wins that
MONSTEERR versus Marteen 1v1, vole. Od map pointu.
Has to try and retrieve the spike. That's a big issue. It's now defended, but he'll do it anyway. Swinging in, Movistar Koi.
Kings of Sosnovka proti sobě. Dent, čete, Dent, já jsem ho viděl.
It's going to be a battle. It's brewing as KC walk up. It's being watched, and now the whole squad turns. Movistar Koi with an instant reaction. Shock dart for Sadak, good. And damage done with the second. MONSTEERR and Feeling very low.
Kamo, že to jsem viděl já? Kamo, ten Elite je úplně nějaký zpomalený, proč nevystřel ani jednou? Však viděl týpka za boxem, zabíhat za box, zvolbegovat box, prostě ani nevystřelil, co to je? Když na ten Elite je zvláštní jak kokot. Vylebaros, tak to je jasný, ne, vole? To tomu patří, Vylebaros. Ne, dneska bych neměl tolik nervy už. Včera jsem si vybral všechnu smůlu a dneska rovná se klud. Čau, Šulínek.
Sadak has now unfortunately downgraded from the Spectre to the Bulldog.
Alright, relax, man. You're getting on my nerves now.
That was the plan. Wow, the round slowing down once again.
Where it belongs.
Jo, Sulci nechte.
I believe we just had a pan of it.
If Sadak gets ran down, I know you're going to say, well, you would have won that with a Spectre. I know it's coming.
Kolik ti je? 18.
MONSTEERR coming straight into that site. MARTEEN, not with the best weapon to go walking through that smoke. He's waiting for someone to invade, and only one shot left after taking down the drone. Batty left on 10 HP, but they can't capitalize just yet. Zagetsu, though, still firing back. With Batty low, that outlaw might have given
them a chance. Tak mi říkali ve školce, jsem ti dal PTSD teďko.
As they push back through this cage, they've got the space, they've cleared that backside. There's snakes in the grass. Batty looking to use his low HP on that side angle. Waiting for the initial contact on site. There'll be a big
side angle
coming in.
3-0 angle. Tohle je 3-0 angle, no, to poznám.
10 health on Batty. He's the last man standing and he has to push out into a lead. It's KC with round number 3.
Sugetsu was quicker.
An immediate push to come through. It's been spotted for sure, but no one to follow up on that trap, and free space taken by Filu, but he needs to make it work quick. Those finger guns going to run out as the players on the other side have got not much to work with. Just the pistols. He's isolated now. Deep in the spawn with just a classic. They forgot about him, but just for a moment. Adjustment comes in time. A little bit of housekeeping, even getting out alive as Marteen.
Shogard. Co ti by to nemá damage ten Shogard?
There we go. Second will eliminate him. Damage done, but much more to be done for MONSTEERR to make this round worthwhile.
Stage order's been lost as an outlaw, which might have been upgraded anyway. Ultimates building up as well. And there's not going to be anything more. A few extra credits garnered by the plant.
Soukromý Tracker, musíš před GG se na něj podívat.
We counted you before you even joined the server.
Might be the most end thing to do in the
just
world.
Calculating.
Oh, the shot hit, but immediately punished.
Meeting.
Many a team would just send the one player to peek as they did on top mid, but 3 players swinging in from market. Don't quite get that second barrel to the operator. It's now left on the floor. MONSTEERR 3 versus 4.
Jurenes, kámo, to zná ty věci.
The vice wall still sitting deep towards B main, so they know one side of their back is contained. They need to make a move and find some space of their own, and that is being punished. Not every step.
Come on, MONSTEERR getting involved.
Straight through to the B site. A plant can be
Grunex šampion prostě, no.
In fact, they both do. They're going to push towards the spawn here, tapping the spike for a second.
Čím jak je pomalej, zase, já se opakuju, jo, ale to je nezvyklý jak svině v té redici vidět někoho takhle pomalu se rozhlížet.
Doesn't want to allow them into their post. That was at least a hope that maybe he could catch somebody by surprise. They still haven't actually planted.
Jak lesl jsem tolik nekoukal.
The drone going to be used.
A to je prostě, já nechápu, kámo, ta lenost prostě.
10 seconds left.
To je špatný habit, podle mě.
Sadak is now going to make his move. He was waiting for there to be someone unable to fight him. He's got the right idea on where MONSTEERR is, but MONSTEERR has now got the information that his teammate needed. They can fall back into this deadly crossfire. Timing going to be everything, but MONSTEERR has made the cross. He's so aware of his name, but doesn't realize that there's a man on the corner.
Timingy jsem dostával, mikrokorekce a když už tam domíří, tak jsou jakoby na přesném místě, ale když někam jdou, a něco retykujou, tak jsou prostě disadvantage, no.
Run it back now being utilized by Aves. He wants to try and get them some space for free, and while they've actually shot the clone, that gives a freebie over. The problem is, he's going to have to fall back, and the rest of the team need to take over. The low HP tries to make a hero play, and it is all beginning to fall apart. Only Flyer standing. Well, he now needs an ace if he's going to take home this round, and well, it's only the 2 in the 1v5. He was set up for it.
He was almost there, Tom. Casey.
Adblock? Co to dělá? Budeš to dělat poslední týden, 2? Některý streamy prostě sekají, kurva, ale ne, že sekají, se mi sami stopnou, když kliknu mezerník, vole, nekliknu ho. Mrtka, zasraná, kam nervy. To se děje u všech? Když podporuje tady jakoby streamery, jo? Jasně. Kecám, Twitch podporuje Twitch.
A hard fight for Zagetsu as he's just been spammed straight through the smoke. but a trip gives Sadek the answer back.
Genji úplně prek, myslím si, to tebe hraje Genji, kámo.
KC losing players by the second. Damage done to MONSTEERR. Flya on the floor, but they could get him back up as they stabilize this control and bring Flya back into the round. It's elite.
Nevím, kolik kol může stačit těm Koi na ataku, vole.
Know where he is now as he breaks those razor vines in a 1 versus 3.
Čemu je to až teraz, jo? Tak oni permanentně bojují proti těmu adbloku, že jo? Permanentně.
Got the credits to go for this. But it does feel like it's more going to rely on mistakes from Koi to give them a way back into this round.
Jako podle mě budou strugglovat trošku ty KC na ataku.
Nobody giving anything away, even though economically it's not going to do anything.
Bez dešujícího duelisty.
Either these heavy stacks on the site or these early alt round aggro plays. Marteen, however, might be a new one they're not expecting.
Yeah, it's the kill trip that's in place directly in front.
Nedá mě si ho koupit.
Although they're putting a lot of utility into that corner. He's still going to stick around.
How's he
surviving on the edge?
Tak to bylo insane, actually.
And immediately it's just going to take
mu vzal ace, takhle dobrý. Takhle dobrý ace mu vzal.
An end zone flawless.
Boy, they're running into a stacked up A site. Cypher utility.
Ten molík na CT je zajímavý, by the way.
By Sagetsu's ultimate, and there's plenty of guns trained in on that slide from Filu. Elite's doubled up. The rest locked out by the Blaze. The flash good. KC won't overextend. They don't need to. Right now, a great second flash. A good adjustment as Marteen's there to back up the initial fight. The damage done was enough.
Sedák trolí, by the way.
Has been demon for the side of MONSTEERR. MONSTEERR still drawing breath. Not sure Flya will be for much longer as Marteen picks up another.
If there's anybody you'd want in these scenarios, it is Monster. Operator available.
Skillet Monster.
A chance to rotate to the other side of the map.
1v3 situation.
The main problem I have is not even so much that it's
Ultimation active. B is clear.
It means that any sort of
Ondřej Petru.
Anything he can hope to achieve
from school to stage.
Up in a retake scenario, they'll be able to
can we take this home?
That's why he's not really playing for any sort of retake. He is looking to find the fight.
He's gonna get spotted with this camera. Get some. Dostane pata nožík timing.
I'm looking at the Steel Garden. Ultimate that could take the weaponry away, but they're actually not playing too far into the site.
Strašně vaří okolo ty kojčet. Ale dovařili, protože teď umře na miru na tank. Tady umřeli 2. A je hotovo. Čím na ní, kámo?
Actually very isolated, but he's looking for one and then an escape, and the fact that his teammate's already got a kill, he might just look to escape.
Yeah, he's had that gate crash online for quite a while. It will be fading soon as he's sticking around. Eventually he'll call for the bail. A 4v4 with a trade back by Flya. The trap's down, the cam no longer in play.
Nevím, Ítio, kámo. Nevnímám to.
But the reward is plentiful. Aves managing to pull back though. They'll contain this space. A wall up for the reposition, but look at
3 prokletí, možná 10-2 prokletí.
At least player towards the elbow. Now smoked off, flash is great. Filu can't see a thing. The smoke blocks out. Natanku comes running.
Vypadá to jako 10-2 prokletí.
Gunning them down. 9 rounds turns to 10, and MONSTEERR Koi left at the starting block.
Phoenix War allows them to
platformu podporující streamery, to mám pozitivní názor.
Someone will be there to catch
I didn't say this balcony. 10-2.
Oh, here we go. Look, Filu has got his own ideas. We've seen this corner before. Marteen was in fact within it, and it's the exact same crossfire with a wonderful vice wall on the other side, but Monster's got walkabouts, and they've both fallen to Marteen. Maybe that's his part of the map.
Crossfire. We can cross that one off the list, but MONSTEERR Koi at least managing to recover some of those picks. In towards mid, and with Natank standing his ground on B, it's not over just yet.
Tady byle popičí, kámo. Ten jsem ukradl už 20tečka, vole.
Natank's making the wise move of backing off. He'll wait for backup. Himself and Flya tagged very low, and that Sheriff Now much more dangerous
Great
as a
flash,
result.
ale.
Great flash from Flyer though.
Yeah, the timing had to be perfect.
Shogard.
Sadak's managed another. It doesn't seem to matter. It's almost identical to the first half pistol round where Sugetsu, low HP, is there to save the day.
Forward to.
Even still, the buy definitely favoring the attack. The judge.
Jak to má nějaký píkl, kámo, kdybych měl jako den
Likely to be contested, and while Marteen
egoistický den, kdybych měl, tak tam blítnu
going
taky,
in to
kámo.
bait out the wall.
Kámo, já bych měl píkl klasika, on měl úplně píči, vole.
Steps right on the rotate. They know there's players leaving A. They don't know about that aggressive position though. It's come through from Batty G. It's going to allow a big stack up with a safety net if they wrap back to A. But look at the space exploited by Avez. He's going up through mid. He'll be here late. He may even have heard those steps as the rotates come through. Battle on the site not going away.
Proč jeden hrál a druhý ne?
Avez has been spotted, but the player saw him with a judge. He couldn't take the fight. Filu goes back to deal with him, loses his life, and now KC accelerate into this late game. All these angles cleared me.
To má popáka rychlá, ty vole.
On the rotate. He must be back towards the A site. Pieces put together, and Batty G with an impossible clutch. He steps into this duel. He hasn't even got his weapon out. A 3K from Avez puts 13 on the board, and KC with a dominant map number 2. Starting things out, a lot of damage has been done. Flya is low. Filu's even lower. Down on 0 after Sugetsu's at his way. He's inside his smoke.
Třetí mapa, YouTubíci, co navařili za šlichtu, ty koj, actually. Co to je za kompozici, kámo? Fade, Yoru, Viper, Vice. Obávám se, že převařeno. To bude, že se levě hraje, tak já jsem Usain Bolt.
They break out of the smoke and they find him with ease. KC with another pistol.
Momentum with this composition, but they're not in the right place at the right time. Sadak's going to hope for a miracle shot, and while no miracles to be had, it's going to have to be a full retake. But with run it back, they won't mind that too much.
Jak říkal Vašek, mám brát své peníze? Honzík, musíš si dát tu, ne? Před manželskou. Jak říkal Alešek.
They used the paranoia already.
Losing a piece of the puzzle. But here he goes, dropping out of heaven.
Je naučený retake, kámo, toto, ale...
Opening up an avenue of approach and a Tonko with a double fly following.
Ale nenasypal.
It's a wonderful round from Movistar Koi with only Avez left.
To musí dojebat docela, ne?
It will have mean they've beaten the two teams at the bottom of the board and put them in a very good spot in terms of head-to-heads.
Dneska dělal?
And for Koi going 0-3 might just be a death sentence. Marteen, gets a little bit cheeky with the jump back and gets caught Filu in a deeper angle than expected.
Prowler's got caught on short. That means it doesn't make it full distance. It doesn't get up to the trip. They could be in risk if there were players left to fight off of it.
Ty prankoli. Jsem viděl nějaký klip z Mikenovo rozhovoru u Vládi, že prý už jsou jakoby nelegální prankoli. Že nemůžeš tak někomu volat. Teda má trestný. To je nechutná, to mi připomíná Rapid Ninjas normálně, při kterých jsme hrávali. A nebo Esubu, actually. To je podobný přístup. Execute siteu, prostě všechno zaházet. Hlavně všechno zaházet a nemít nic na counteru, tyjo. Nemít nic na retake hlavně.
They can push from every angle and it's working at least to start. Smokes up to divvy up the battleground, but it's still in favor.
Dopadlo to podobně, jak je Suba. Vždycky jak vypnu stream, a jdem si sami 1:1, víte, jak se cítím? Jak ten Vito v tom intru, kámo. Hej, vypnu stream, hasnu, světla, nechám jednu lampičku jenom. Nehulím tady teda. Listuju tady to album, ne? Listovat je to album, kámo, co se stalo.
Kept him trapped in. The decay would eliminate him if he tried to run through. TP from Sagetsu punished. Elite dropped as he's trapped in the site, and Sadik taken down elsewhere.
Ale execute dobrý.
It's a wonderful push for Movistar Koi, and appears to be the mix.
Ježiši.
Nice aggression though. MONSTEERR has been the bane of their life, so the fact that that's the first pick couldn't be any better. The guy that has been stopping them every time they try and make their way back into a site.
Úplně nejbohatší člověk tady v chatu aktuálně. Hned po Pablitosovi.
Oh, what was it used for? Oh, they've put it down. So this PAL, I think you'll agree, is to...
Actually, PAL's going to tell us what this is
sorry,
for.
yes, A-Space has been taken. What do you think this is for?
Default English.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Deny that late control if you think they push.
Interactive chatu.
I can't wait to see BB. I'll copy that one. It'll be Magnum. He loves the Vice.
Nepravda, ten dostává 5K, to je se bavíme, vole.
It's KC. Sat outside this B site. We've seen this a couple of times from them. The late game, late round, waiting for Movistar Koi to walk in. This time, there's not a trip in play anymore. And so the run through the smoke gets ambitious, and it only finds one elite on the other side, though. I think it was a spam that drops Batty G, and with that, they don't have control. The spike backs off, 24 seconds.
Tak já nevím, Ginter, ty ses tak pojmenoval, kámo. Nemůžeš čekat, že nebudeš spojovaný s dalším týpem, se jmenuje Ginter.
Elite's already going to be here. He's got his trip, he's got his camp. Thorns go in, but it's too late. Two players are already out and waiting. Movistar Koi.
They've been stopped in their tracks, and all the players, bar one, have managed to get in front of any of that utility. This is a first blockade that they faced, and they're going to get slaughtered on the entry.
W adjustment.
The tank had an opportunity flyer. Well, he's doing his best, Sadak. Even still, the tank is making this interesting. Has the spike on his back, so could look to retreat, look to go back, but they don't know how much control has been lost. The wall would have given the game away if anybody was right in on that flank. But there could be somebody stood on the edge of it.
20 seconds, no choice now, but Natank wins the fight. Aves is down. 15 seconds, they need to go. If they're going to go for it or save, the decision has to be made now, and Sadik in the corner, the last man standing!
Stick to that same A-site execution for now. It is a default. We've seen that.
Ten flashbone se po piči, jako tam mechanika, vole.
Does seem like he's trying to sell a route, but it could also be just trying to potentially get rid of, or at least figure out some of that utility.
Okay.
Now head towards B.
Okay.
Good TP for info from Sagetsu. He sees one, but he doesn't think
proč mi TikTok poslal upozornění na tohle, vole. Je tady Žaneta v chatu.
He's been working on this, the slow push through garage, but Movistar Koi are not done yet. This isn't a B play. This is all the way to A, but through Elite they'll have to go. He's already grabbed two, but now he's slow. Now he's blinded. The desperate spray, but he still gets more. How did Elite get away with that? He's the first line of
this round in a big set retake. It's not worked for them so far.
The other thing as well is whether they'd want to use it here just based on the ultimate's potential with a Viper's Pit. But a Viper's Pit versus a Hunter's Fury seems like a gamble, and Marteen, oh, he's got to be a little bit careful here. He's already spotted the gate crash, and I think they've realized this needs to be more of a retake. But he's still just sticking around. In fact, he's got a little bit of help from a friend called Aves. Not the prettiest of shots, and this is still
kdyby jim chyběla utilita na execute, by the way, ne? Jak mají ten divno komp. To je to low buy, nevím, si měli koupinu všechno. Ale ty KC tam stojí prostě unfaced.
And then have some very hard anchor on defense. You're giving that space as well. You've got all the ability to capitalize on it. Nice little set Yoru ult round here as well.
They've already got the advantage, but it is slipping away. Flyer's gone down. Filu now making it to sight. He's there, but his rest of his team are not. And Marteen's trained in on the angle. Hunter's Fury thrown through as well. This is the round to use your ults, the final one of the half. It's causing problems for Movistar Koi. They're boxed in terms of the space they go deep. Marteen still standing, and he drops that spike on the floor, waiting until the
Shorty do pusy.
There's no big weapon, but the small one's just as deadly.
Měl něčím, kámo. Možná ten talk o tom gymu na začátku streamu, kámo. Budu muset dát na blacklist.
Those flashes are almost the direct counter.
Micháš Kratos změnil ses. Sasky, já doufám, kámo, že to je... To je Joy, kámo.
Anyways, yeah, see what I have to deal with, pal. Every day. KC.
Já si už na tomto streamu nejsem jistý něčím, ale... Ty to piješ? Pak nevzkou normálně, kámo. Dnes. Další rage bait, vy zmrdí. Ona žálečkou názor na svatbu včera, no. Byl too much. Já jsem s mi nesouhlasil, ale...
Casey are gambling. Then look how low the time is. This is a huge gamble, but they've made it in.
Koukáme na Fnatic nebo na Casey chat?
In fact, I don't think there's anything that can be done to deny it. Okay, they've beaten the clock, but there's still plenty of players to take down.
Vždycky taky hrajou na poslední vteřiny.
It's a man disadvantage, but the HP
bublinkovou. Myslíš perlivou? Ano. No to kámo vždycky úplně udělá chemickou reakci, když tam nasypu.
Not available for either side. That was the last piece thrown out, and Sugetsu just playing close in the corner. Might be a nasty surprise, but he's already been tagged up. But they
find strašně bych si chtěl zahrát takhle sobička, window, vob. Kolik miligramů si dáváš? 5.
From Avez. The run it back will give them a second lease of life with this rifle, and it's going to be running straight through.
To kam letělo tomu na tankovi jebeti?
And opening up the door for Batty G to fall. MONSTEERR even goes down before the run it back is done.
And this round,
it's tied up in a neat bow.
Kámo, jako jsem byl rock content creator.
Just a little jump scare. Oh, there's a chance for flight. He's found a gap.
Poslední 2 měsíce už cítím být zpět. Teďko byl EP chlapi tak hodný, že mě napsali jako sixmana, takže se možná dočkáš, kámo. Hanzi, to by byla cinema, viď? Kdyby Zíko vypadla elektřina, nedej bože, by se mi dostali do Ascension. A normálně mě nasadili tam proti vlastní krvi. A to jsou pohádky, kámo, to jsou pohádky. To jsou pohádky, kámo. Triple base plus 20. EP by se dostali do tier 1 a podkoupili miniho a hrál bych zase s minim. Dobrá pohádka. 12-4. Icebox se nemusí racovat, je pravda. Korout je slabásová. Bind je napičusová. No, takže Haven, jo, máš pravdu, no, Pablo, jako je top 1 nebo top 2, no, prostě je to top mapa, kámo, na sovu. Jasně, MD, chápu. Malčanom. This is GG, by the way. Monster padá, bohužel, dneska. A Lotus byl super, kámo, Lotus byl super. Lotus uzavřel MONSTEERR 1v1 proti Marteenovi. O 7. Jdeme za miním.